Listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to y'all real quick. Hold on for a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Shout out. Thug Life. Shout out to everybody. I do want to say this, man. That event took forever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shout out to everybody. I will say this. We got an announcement. Easy to Block Captain versus New Jersey Twerk. I do want to say shout out to TBL. They not playing. Can we get a round of applause for TBL? They are not playing. The matchups that y'all talking about y'all want to see, they are working to put some of those together. So shout out to them for that. I am very, very excited for that battle. I do want to say this. You know what I'm saying? Cheese in the chat for bad news. We're going to leave it there. But I do want to say that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They also they announced a couple other battles. I think it was like Snake Eyes versus Rex they announced, and I think they announced what was it, Shotgun Suge versus Marv 1 is a battle that they announced. If y'all want to see those battles, you know what I'm saying, stay tuned to what TBL is gonna have to offer. But easy, I did get wind of it, I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't think that this was actually gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I did not think this battle was going to happen. Shout out to them because, you know, TBL, they got a relationship with URL. You know what I mean? The Elon Musk messaged me like going off on me. I don't know. I posted something, Elon Musk and the whole Charlie Kirk thing, and it went crazy. It got so many views. I ended up deleting it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just going way too crazy. Shout out to them. I will say, some of the battles, I do want to run through them a little bit. Shout out to Official. Can we get a round of applause for Official before we get into Hitman Holla versus Murda Mook? Official went crazy in her battle. I do want to say that. My bad. Official was wildin'. Her bars was pretty good too. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So shout out to Official. Loso ended up packing up passwords. Pass be talking heavy, and he be getting smoked. So Loso ended up smoking him. What other battles did I seen? Swamp versus Hollow the Don. I don't know, y'all. I kind of feel like I thought Hollow got the first round. In my opinion, I thought Hollow got the first round, and I think it's kind of debatable. I think I might have edged, if I'm not mistaken, Swamp the battle. You know what I mean? But I kind of do want to watch that one. Shout out to Swamp, shout out to Hollow the Don. I felt like, what y'all think about that one? I thought Swamp might have won that a little bit. Shout out to him. What other battles? Help me out, chat. We had what was it? I saw the Hitman Holla versus Murdermook. Obviously, we're gonna talk about that. Nitty versus Calico. Yo, I want to say this. When Calico gets in his bag, Calico had like a couple times where he was. What did Calico say? Oh yeah, we had Arsenal versus Jazz. Jazz was getting smoked. I'm sorry, Jazz. You know I rock with you. Jazz was getting. Arsenal game. Oh my God, we gotta talk about that. Shout out to oh Lord, bro. Did y'all see that? Yeah, we gonna get to the Avon Rex and all that. Y'all see this battle? I thought this battle would go completely. I thought it would be closer. Arsenal went up there and he battled Jazz like she was the last battle on Earth. And I've never seen, because normally, like, you know, Jazz, she'll make the battle debatable. She'll win. Sometimes she loses. Very rarely does she lose, but it's close, right? Arsenal was taking that sledgehammer. What? He was just wilding on her to the point to where it got, like, mad. It wasn't cringy like Arsenal was bad. Arsenal was good. It got cringy because it was so big of a gap. You know what I'm saying? Because Arsenal was just wilding. You know what I'm saying? And he was winning, bro. Like it wasn't nothing she could really do. He was kind of just styling on her, bro. Here's what, and I always wanted to see what would happen if Jazz battled a dude that wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? And then we got that. And then I also tweeted out Arsenal's not playing. Arsenal said something though. He was like, dudes like J2 see me and hide the rainbow flag. I can make an N-word tuck his pride. Arsenal was wild. He had a whole lot of I don't know. Shot. Can we get a I know we gotta get to the boxing and all of that. Shout out to Arsenal. Arsenal was wilding. I got him winning at least the first 2 rounds. Like it was pretty clear. She might have got the third. I don't know. I was kind of in and out. She might have got the third, but I got Arsenal. She wasn't bad. She just was. I think she had a point to where she was gonna choke. You know what I'm saying? I think she was about to choke. I think she was gonna choke. But I mean, she for the most part she got through it. It just wasn't. Arsenal was just wiping the floor with her, man. Shout out to Arsenal. Shout out to her. No diss. You know we was rocking with you with the whole hustle thing, but I gotta keep it real, Jazz. You got smoked. Official. I did give her credit. Shout out to her. Av versus Rex. I had Rex in the first round. I think I was rocking with Rex though. I want to watch that battle again. Because I felt like Av got the third? Av might have got the second and third, but I was rocking with Rex because I felt like some of Rex's rounds was a little bit short. But I loved Rex's first fight. I thought Av might have won that. I might have to run that one back, but I thought Av won. Shout out to Av. Av said something. He said, "What's the point of having grown man bars if you making little boy decisions?" And then Av says, "I bring that 380 to 112. Sound like Ozempic." Oh man, I was wilding. I don't know. Rex might have won. I don't know. I gotta watch that one again. That was a pretty decent back and forth. I did like Rex in the first. His first was crazy. I gave Arsenal his credit. Shout out to Arsenal. Hollow the Don said, "How I'm gonna get lit tonight? Blackout like coffee. Start an official fight." So he kind of started out going in on the official and Coffee Brown situation. You know what I'm saying? I think I gave Hollow the first, and I think Swamp might have got the second or third. Swamp said, "Every day it's like I'm shooting the Matrix. The fiends making the spoon bend." All right. And then Swamp said, "I'm from the school of hard knocks. I just majored in minding my business." I think he said it in the third shot to him. Calico said to Rum Nitty, he said, "Uncle done put the powder in the compressor and brought the pills back." Oh my God, Calico! Shout out to Calico. He said, he's talking about, Unc like making runs, them runs they talk about, can't talk about it on YouTube. But he said, "Uncle then put the powder in the compressor and brought the pills back." Oh man, that could mean a couple different things. Shout out to Calico. Calico said, "My auntie told me that rum got a kick. I'm finding out it only got a punch." Oh my God. My auntie told me the rum got a kick. I'm finding out it only got a punch. He be talking. Hey, Calico be talking crazy. Shout out to Calico, bro. Rum Nitty has some lines too. What did Rum Nitty say? He said he wasn't even there for proof, like an alibi. Rum Nitty was cool. If you're a Rum Nitty fan, you're gonna be, cool with his performance. I felt Rum Nitty could have been better. My personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? The thing with and Rum Nitty, don't get mad, but it's just the thing with him. Like he'll say like some dope lines, then walk around, come back, say some dope lines, walking around. It's not like the whole theatrical, where it's like Calico will be up on it talking crazy, and he kind of just runs through it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I kind of want to watch that again. Somebody said Calico get the best entrance in all battle rap. Oh man. Somebody said, "I'm not a Nitty fan, but I thought it was 2-1. Somebody said, I don't that battle was low key. I don't know. I like Calico in the battle, but if I'm being technical, I think Rum Nitty probably got it. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to run that one back. Shout out to them. It's kind of, depends on how you watch it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. Them. I do want to say, TBL. All right, so Hitman Holla first round. Shout out to Hitman. Hitman says, we more alike than you knew. I got a nose on me too. Talk about Murda Mook's nose. Said he got a nose on him too. Hitman says, charity views. How many millions have I gave away? And then, sorry for my spelling on Twitter. It's happening so fast. I'm trying to keep up with the bootleg and and tweets. I'm sorry, I don't know these dudes. No diss to them. Your boy did, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be paying all this money out here. They ain't reach out to me. They caught the bootleg. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't tell nobody to do it. Shout out to them. It was just everywhere. It's 2025. It's 95 degrees. You know what I'm saying? I do want to say this. So Hitman Holla said, it hurts that I got to talk like this to an N-word that paved the way. Hitman was, hey, I liked Hitman's first run. Did y'all like his first? I know y'all, you know what I mean? The Hitman glazers out there trying to glaze him in the first. But, you know what I mean? Mook's got some glazers. They be glazing. Hitman's first was, you know, the thing I liked about Hitman's first, it was well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything that I'd expect from, like, I expected in his first. I thought Hitman was going to come out being explosive, but it turns out he was just trying to, you know, break Mook down and create the separation. Hitman Holla said, since we don't want to pass the torch, he said, since he don't want to pass the torch, I'll light him while he holding it. Since he don't want to pass the torch, I'll light him while he holding it. Hitman Holla said, you can be the GOAT. I'ma just be the N-word that own the land you run around on. All right. So he's talking that money talk. Said you can be the GOAT. I'm just gonna be the man that owns the land that you run around on. All right, that was clever because he already expected Mook to break down everything, you know, about money, and this is all you do is talk about money. So I thought it was a different approach. Hitman Holla in round one, he says you can be the GOAT. Oh yeah, I already said that. Hitman Holla round one, he said he not nice. He Kimbo Slice. He won all his fights in the backyard. What y'all think about that? He said he not nice. He Kimbo Slice. He won all his fights in the backyard. Shout out to Hitman. So he's basically saying that Murda Mook, you know, he gets catered to. He won all his fights in the backyard. All right, interesting. Hitman Holla in the first, he said they call, like, give us a hint, connect the dots. Talking about shooters and everything. Like, they call me like, give us a hint. I tell them connect the dots. All right. Murda Mook's I thought Hitman's first was solid. It wasn't crazy. It was while he was rapping, he got like 75% through the round. I'm like, okay, he's got a lot of material, but it's not like it's like it's beatable, but it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't like let off there. This wasn't no 2-minute, 3-minute round. Like Hitman was rapping for a while. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hitman Holla. And the one thing I do want to credit Hitman for in this round, you know, like after somebody, like, they might finish with a line and you kind of want them to bring it back, but they don't do it. He made sure. It's like his first round was super technical. He wanted you to hear everything he said. He took the time to bring back, you know, the lines, like couple lines before and bring it back. And I think that's what made his round seem so lengthy in time. You know, but I thought it was very, very well constructed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Murda Mook in the first, he said, I'm the A and you the B. He said, I'm the A side and you the B side. Let's just put that on the record player. And everybody went crazy. I'm the A side and you the B side. So just let's put that on the record player. I thought that was dope. I don't know. Shout out to Hitman. You know what I mean? I thought that was dope. Mook did have a kind of one of them bars. I got to keep it real, Hitman. He said, I birthed you, because he's talking about, you know, Mook, where he came from. Hitman, you came from URL and all that, whatever. But he said, I birthed you. I can show you a picture of your placenta. It's the way he said it. Like, because if you write it out, it's like, what? But then it's the way he said it. It was like, you might give it a pass, but it was still kind of like, I don't know. Murdermook in the first, he said, a smack had to make you holla N-word. You know what I'm saying? So like basically you go to URL and Smack had to make you holla, you know, and you know, I Murda Mook, I made myself, but you know, you had to go to Smack and Smack made you holla. So that was interesting. Murda Mook in the first, he said, "Blow! It's blood, pal. He said, spin on the brim like Kung Lao." So he's like, "Blow! It's blood, pal. Spin on the brim like Kung Lao." I love the way he said that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Shout out to Murda Mook. Murda Mook in the first, he said, "You thought you had it bad versus easy to block captain. Imagine what's going to happen in front of the N-word that says easy when he stopped rapping." You know, I don't know. Shout out to him. Somebody said Hitman's first was fire. I didn't say his first wasn't fire. I just said that, you know, it's different than what I expected. It wasn't bad. Murda Mook in the first, he said, yeah, I already said that. Like, imagine what happens, you know, if you battle a dude that says easy when he stops rapping. Murda Mook went into a lot of things in the first, right? So Murda Mook, he ends up acting like Hitman Holla in the first, like rapping like him. And it's like, it gets to the point, I'm like, wait a minute, because Hitman took a different Hitman was more technical, you know, in trying to paint a broad scope of what's going on, right? With dealing with like Hitman, you know, dealing with Mook and Mook dealing with him. You know, he's painting broad, you know, scope of everything. Mook is doing that, but he's doing a little bit more, right? So he's like acting like, yo, like, you're simple. This is what you do. And he's like acting like Hitman, and it's like hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like working. You know, then he gets to a point he starts remixing. And I'm like, yeah, is he out performing Hitman in the first? It's like, you know, you thinking that. It's like, how is this happening? So I kind of felt like Mook, yeah, I'm talking about technical with somebody said, how you talking about technical with Hitman? Hitman was technical, like trying to convey everything, not getting super lyrical, but convey everything and make sure you hear him audible. He's acting out everything. I think he did good. I didn't think he was bad in the first. I just felt like Mook was just way more dynamic, way more layered. You know, I felt like he talked to him a little bit more in the first. And then to be able to take his style, and you can see like Hitman's reaction to everything. Hitman's kind of trying not to, you know what I'm saying? Hitman's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Mook was wild. Hitman Holla, wait a minute. You know Mook was wilding in that first, gang. You know he was, bruh. He was wilding. Because at first, and I'm going to keep it real, in the beginning of the round, like after Mook got past the, you know what I'm saying, I'm the A side, you the B side, let's get the, you know, let's set the record straight, you know, let's set the record player. You know what I'm saying? When he said that, after that, Mook had kind of like he was going down a little bit, and the crowd was like starting to get a little weird with him. And he's like, Mook's like, hold up. You know what I mean? Just wait, let me rap. So I was kind of worried about Mook in the beginning, but then Mook just went up and then took flight. You know what I'm saying? And I thought he handled that round very well. You know what I'm saying? So in the first round, I kind of thought the first was clear. In my opinion, I had Murda Mook. If you got Murda Mook losing the first, I don't know what y'all watching. What else did Mook say? I said Mook's remix, and I put that on Twitter. Mook said, "We got it, slime. Stop crying." And then, damn. Hey, Hitman, this how he got you. Shout out to Hitman. If you would have won this round, I would have said, this how he got you, Hitman. This was the round, right? How Murda Mook ended this round was crazy. Mook goes ahead and he said, "We got it, slime." How bruh, because you know, Hitman always talking about money, right? I got money, I got more money than you, and I'm more popular than you, I'm more famous than you, I got more views than you, all that, right? Listen how Mook ended this round. This is insane, right? Mook goes ahead and he said, "We got it, slime. Stop crying." Then Mook starts naming all kind of blicks, right? He's like, Smith & Wesson, 357, AK-47, like he's naming everything, right? And then he said, since you want to tell me about your numbers, I had to tell you about mine. Oh my God, when he said that, It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mook. I wasn't expecting that. I had to put the New York hat on for this because this is kind of crazy. And you gotta admit, hey, Hitman, that was clever. You know what I'm saying? How he did that. I'm like, how is he gonna be able to turn the narrative? You know what I mean? Because you cannot lie. Hitman does views, he does numbers, he's popular, but he was just like, we get it, Slime. Stop crying. And then he was like, 357, and he's naming everything, Smith & Wesson, like everything you can think of. He's naming it fast, rapidly. And then he said, I mean, since you want to talk about your numbers, I think I had to tell you about mine. And the crowd lost their mind. This is a Statue of Liberty, man. He's talking crazy. Mook was wilding in that first. It was clear, bruh. It was clear. Shout out to Mook. Shout out to Hitman. Hitman wasn't bad. Hitman was good. But it was bro, he couldn't do that. Nothing with that, bro. Like first of all, he's remixing. He's acting like you. He's rapping out everything. He's breaking you down. And then he ends the round like that. He was way too, like, layered, intricate, everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Hitman was good. Hitman in the second, he said, yo, hey, I got to post that on. I got to hit quarter lap, see if I can post that on Twitter. The way Mook was wilding towards the end of that round. Oh my God, bro. And you know the crazy part about it? Shout out to Chilla Jones. Chilla Jones was telling us this is gonna be like a pit style small stage. It kind of looked like a regular like type setting. The stage was just smaller, right? But it's still like a lot of people around and stuff like that. So when I seen the stage, I'm like, oh, Mook might have a problem. But Mook, I think he learned from like his last. Yo, this battle gets crazy, right? So the first round, I got Mook clear, right? Hitman Holla in second. He said, "How y'all bragging on the N-word being sober to an N-word that's been sober his whole life?" All right, and then Hitman, but then it's like that was cool, but then it's like you know somebody's been through something and then they sober up. It kind of adds like a little dimension to the person. But I understood like what Hitman said when he said it. You know what I'm saying? How y'all like gassing somebody that's being, you know what I mean, that's sober to somebody who's been sober their whole life. Like I've been making the right decisions like my whole life. You know, Hitman Holla in the second round, he said my performance so electric they gonna have to hang my jersey where the Teslas go. And then Hitman Holla in the second, he said, y'all gonna say Mook won. That's cool. That's expected, though. We all know his fans borderline biased like Mexico. All right. And then Hitman Holla in the second, he said, what y'all seeing this N-word? He photobombing. He ain't even supposed to be in the picture. Hitman Holla in the second, he said, Mook ain't smoked nothing since that foot was in his face. All right. And then he had an R8 second. It wasn't crazy. He had an R8 second. Mook in a second said, he said, all you gotta do is break a leg and they cheering. The fans hold me to a different standard. I like when he said that though. You know what I'm saying? Then Mook said, Murdermook studios. So Murdermook had a studio scheme. He's talking about like, I don't know. I have to break it down later. It's long. You know how Mook can get convoluted. It's basically a studio scheme and how he's like making a record or whatever. And he, you know what I'm saying? And he's kind of going in on the whole Hitman show out and all that. Shout out to him. Mook took a long time in going at show out. I was surprised with that. And I was kind of watching it and I'm like, cause you know how it is. Like if it's not directed towards the person you battling, it's like you kind of, it's like, when do you get back to the person you battling to where we can like start scoring it again? But like, it's kind of looked at, show out is an extension of Hitman Holla. So it's like, if he's talking to show out is usually like a part of the show. So it's kind of like you give that part grace. He went crazy on show out, bro. He was wilding on show out. I thought, and show out got mad for a minute and show out kind of was like, you know what I'm saying? And he walked in the back and Hitman was like, chill. Mook was like really talking to his soul. Yo, wait till I tell y'all what Mook said about show out, bro. Like, this is crazy. Shout out to show out, shout out to Mook. Mook said, you ain't never promote. Yeah, he said, you ain't never promote show music. All you did was hold him back. Right? So he's saying like, yo, basically you want to be like the center of attention, and the only reason why these people with you is because you like basically like spoon feeding them or whatever. And he says, you ain't never promote show music. All you did was hold them back. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was dope. And you know how it show out, you know, they'd be holding each other back and all that. I thought that was dope. He really like broke that down, bro. Like we might have to do a bar for bar. This is good. Murda Mook, he was styling in a second. I'm not gonna lie. Murda Mook second. He started having some mic issues, right? And I was wondering if the mic issues was gonna like throw his round completely off. And Mook got lucky because normally, like when they battling and somebody has mic issues, you lose momentum. People forget their place where they are. They start choking. They start stumbling. And he didn't do any of that. Like people just really wanted to hear like the way he was talking. Like people really wanted to hear him. You know, so I thought that was interesting. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. And then I said Mook was performing better than Hitman. Like, what is going on? Yeah, so Hitman starts out the third trying to expose. So right now I got Mook up 2-0, bro. I got Mook getting the first and the second. Right? It's me. I got him in the first and the second. I thought the first was clear. The second, I think Hitman did all right. I think it was a little bit more intricate and layered in what he was doing. I gave him the second. I thought Mook had the second. So the third round, Hitman Holla tells everybody to go to his Instagram, right? And everybody goes to his Instagram and he puts up a couple of pictures, and it's like this girl, she's like, I guess like a white girl that he allegedly had an issue with. You know what I'm saying? And I've never heard of it. And he's putting up like, it looks like a little article, but then at the same time, it looks like some like it's not like any legit, like, you know what I'm saying, like news source that I could see. Let me see. Parlay. Okay. It says, was in the family that had her together. She had a job. She lived in Riverside Drive. Nice co-op building. I used to live downtown Harlem, East Side. She lived uptown Harlem. Nice part. She was unaware of what was going on with me and my living conditions downtown. When she found out, because I missed 96 days of school and it was like the 6th or 7th grade. I'm reading what Hitman put out. He said, I just wasn't going to school. So basically this is Mook talking to somebody named Parlay. It said 96 days of schools and it was like the 6th or 7th grade. I just wasn't going to school. It was crazy. She got wind of that. That's when she took me and was like, you're not going to end up crazy. She moved me in. I really don't understand what this is about. And then Parlay says, what did she think about you rapping? And then it goes on about like rapping. And then I guess he had like an issue with finishing school. It says, because Hitman highlighted this point, said, but I did 4 years. It was a quirky thing. I had to leave college in March of my 4th year. Crazy. That's another story. So Mook is trying to say that, I'm sorry, Hitman is trying to say Mook had an issue with like a white girl, and I don't want to expound upon that because it's very murky, and I don't know like if it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to expose that. Mook also was exposing that the kid that Mook allegedly put his hands on while the police was there was not even Mook's kid. Like he exposed that it's his stepkid. It's not his kid. He also exposed Murda Mook apartment, like how much he pays for rent. Two things with that. So he exposed, yeah, it's hearsay. So I kind of don't really want to expound on that. And then it's like all over the place. It's not like clear, like how he put it like on there. So I don't know. As far as the apartment, he exposed that because Mook said that my apartment costs more than something. I can't remember what Mook said. And Hitman was talking about it in the battle. And Hitman showed that Mook's apartment's not even in Mook's name, you know, so he's kind of explaining. He didn't show it, he's explaining it, and he's holding up paperwork while he's talking to Mook. And then he also says that Mook is paying $950 a month for rent. I think it is. I think it's, yeah, 900. Hold on, let me get the figures right with this. Yeah, $950 a month for rent. Mook is paying, and I do want to say, Mook, if you able to pay $950 a month for rent, shout out to you. you getting over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I was paying that. You know what I'm saying? My mortgage is like $1,500, $1,550 or something like that. So, I mean, if you got away with that, ain't nothing wrong with saving some money. You know what I'm saying? But shot to Hitman exposing Mook, and then Hitman kind of goes in and like, your rent is basically like under $1,000. Like, you can't keep it a stack. Because Mook was talking about like his apartment costs more than X, Y, and Z, and then Hitman was like, your apartment is less than $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't even keep it a stat. So he kind of went in on him. He talked about Mook's apartment being dirty, all of that, and Hitman had like it was kind of like remember when Rock was exposing Kid Slade, but it was kind of like you knew what he was trying to do. It just wasn't as like I don't know. I think it needed to be a little clearer with him trying to expose Mook. I think it probably would have worked a little bit better for me if it was a little bit clearer on how he was to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it was completely far away from what Hitman does. So I was kind of taken back from it. Like, yo, like what is he really doing here? Telling people to go on his Instagram, stuff like that. So, but he was trying to pull out all stops. He's battling Murda Mook. You know what I mean? So, you can't like fault him for that. Murda Mook in his third round, he had a line. Mook, I'm not gonna lie, you had one of these lines. I'm like, come on, bro. He said, never can me and your Oragel, like Oragel. But I think ain't that Oragel stuff that, polydenture stuff? I don't know. Oragel, I don't know. He's talking about Oragel. I'm not a dentist. And I don't know. He said, never can me and your Oragel. It was all right. Murda Mook, he said, once you lose. Oh, hold on. Before I get to all of this, right? Mook start having mic issues again. And I don't know if maybe his sweat hit the lapel mic and it was just getting muffled. So he said, forget it. And he just started rapping. I got worried, right? I was like, like this is going to be weird, right? But it worked. Like the way he was rapping, holding the lapel mic, it worked. Then like he put the mic back and it was working. So Mook started breaking down a whole lot of things. He's talked about he's talking about the Averb situation in the third. He broke down why ARP, I'm not saying this is true, right? But he's saying that you're the reason why ARP is out of business. You made him go broke for paying you so much. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to say, like, shout out to your mom for battling cancer and winning the cancer battle. You get to hug her. You get to, tell her you love her, tuck her in, like all of those different things. But she birthed like a cancer to the culture, and, you overcharging for everything. And you ended up like charging so much that Rare Breed Entertainment went out of business. Like how he broke that down was like pretty crazy, bro. Obviously, ARP will probably do a blog saying it's not true or whatever, in his breakdown, shout to him. But it's just how he did it in the battle was like pretty crazy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Oragel's the stuff you put on your toothache. I know, I'm 41. Your boy got a little dementia. But yeah, so yeah, that was kind of interesting. Shout out to Mook. Mook, so he went into all of that. And then he started closing out the round. He said something. He said, once you lose when you come. Oh, he said, once you lose when you come out of this, is it Houston? Do we have a problem? Like, yeah, he said, once you lose when you get out of this, is it Houston? Because he said, like, Hitman's always blaming everybody. He's going into spaces he's blaming everybody for losing, right? And he said, what is it going to be this time? Is it going to be this? And he goes into all of that. And he said, so once you lose, he said, once you lose, when you come out of this, is it Houston? Do you have a problem? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Apollo, like, I thought that was dope how he like tried to end everything. I thought Mook won every round. If I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I thought he won every round. You know what I mean? I thought it was a 30. I thought the third was clear. I thought the first was clear. I think you might be able to debate the second, but I thought like overall, I thought it was a 30. You know what I'm saying? It was just like Mook sitting up there showing him what he doesn't do, because Hitman is good. And even Mickey Fax, I seen him on Twitter. He was just like, yo, Hitman is good, but There's not enough. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like Hitman was bad in any way. Shout out to Hitman Holla. He was good. You know, it's just, it was different. You know, you can be like at your best and somebody can just do just more. You know what I'm saying? And if Mook didn't do the acting out Hitman Holla, acting like Hitman Holla, the remix, if he didn't do that and he didn't in that round, like, you know, since you want to talk about your numbers, AK-47, 340, 357, 380, like, and then, you know, Winchester and naming all of these blicks and these rounds, and he said, since you want to tell us about your numbers, I figure I had to tell you about my, like, when he ended it like that, it was like, it's no way you can give that to Hitman, bro. There's no way. You know what I mean? So the first round, I thought it was too many levels. The second round, you can debate, it's closer, but then the angles that he used would, because he was saying things like in this battle that, yo, Show Out is standing here with you. Man, there's all kind of stuff I'm just remembering about this. This battle is crazy, right? So Mook is telling Hitman, like, Show Out is standing here with you, but he don't rock with you. You got him out here begging for money. He didn't ask New Jersey Twerk for $400. He asked P for $200. He's asking all these battle rappers for money, and this is your brother. He shouldn't be out here like this. Like, y'all really don't rock with each other. You know what I mean? Like, you so popular, you so this and that, you're not even sharing his music. Like, bruh, it's a 30, bro. It's a 30. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really. I mean, Hitman was good. Like I said, it was too much. You know what I'm saying? He just showing you, like, I can pick you apart. I could do what you do. Pick you apart. You know what I'm saying? Pick your brother apart. You know, and then bring it back home full circle and be done with the round. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like, he didn't come off to me like Hitman didn't come off to me like he was struggling in at all. You know what I'm saying? I think in the midway through the second, you can tell he was like kind of getting a little gassing out a little bit. And, you know, he had a really good first. But Mook was just, you know, he's just more, he's got a little bit more endurance for it right now. You know what I'm saying? But Hitman was really good. This wasn't a bad Hitman. But this is my opinion. But y'all, tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Also, Coffee Brown, right? We all know that she got packed out by Official at TBL. They tried to, like, you know, kind of brush through that and just put on Av versus Rex, like, real quick. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just, it's nothing funny about that. But Coffee Brown did say, don't ask her about Official unless Official wants to meet up for the fade. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants her fair one. Because I guess she feels like it wasn't fair. But Official, oh no, Coffee. Official was kind of landing. Official like bop bop, and they was hitting. That was landing. Oh man! And then Official, she went up with the. Y'all watch the. I ain't gonna get like that in this video. The previous video, y'all watched that. It's crazy. But shout out to TBO. Shout out to Easy the Block Captain. Easy, you didn't even tell me, Easy. Shout out to Easy the Block Captain. He's got a battle with New Jersey Twerk coming up. You know what I'm saying? Then next we're gonna have URL and all of that. I might do a bar for bar, pick some rounds and just do bar for bar, man. Because I think Mook and Hitman, they did really good. And they might deserve